Hey guys, how you guys all doing this Friday afternoon? Of course, I should be at work right now, but it's New Year's Day and I am off, and I'm actually not at home. How y'all doing, guys? Happy New Year! This is the first video and the first stream of 2021. Feels good to, even though I mentioned in my channel year review the other night that 2020 still had its positives come out of it, but overall, it was definitely time for a fresh start for all of us. So we are here in 2021. So what's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I am here live to give you my live review of this week's episode of NXT. I will also maybe late tonight, or if not, maybe sometime tomorrow, do my live review of SmackDown. But as you guys can tell right now, I'm not sitting at my desk doing this review. Again, I probably mentioned this, I am actually on vacation this weekend. I am visiting my sister down near beautiful Virginia Beach, Virginia, of course, where I'm actually in Norfolk right now, in her and her fiance's beautiful new home that they just bought about 2 months ago. It's a really nice place. And also, currently, I am using the latest Christmas present that they got me as well. Probably my last Christmas present that I got for this year. Well, for last year, since technically last year was yesterday. But I'm not, because I can't really, move my laptop around and show it to you. But I'll actually show it to you because I'm using it right now. But with this photograph, this is from last night. This is actually my brand new, oops, about my microphone. This is actually a brand new desk, laptop, little thing for me to like set my laptop on, and I have a little light that I don't have plugged in right now currently because I have my laptop moved over a little bit, so I don't really need it right now anyways. But I have a little light on it. I have a little holder for my phone that I can put my phone in the back, as you can see, and on the side, a little thing for like a mouse pad, which is pretty sick as well. But I just wanted to show off my new little toy there I got there to help me out. Of course, here's the light. Again, I was not able to put it on the side right now because there's not really any room, but I don't really need it right now anyways because, let's face it, it's bright out, it's beautiful. It's actually supposed to be near 70 degrees tomorrow down here, to my surprise. But yeah, I got in probably around 8 o'clock last night. I only worked half a day of work yesterday, and I'm staying here tonight and tomorrow, going back home on Sunday. So the next two live reviews will most likely come from this room, as I am currently sitting in my sister's office where she works from home at. So yeah, I'll be doing my live reviews in here. That's also, I'm sleeping in here because I'm sleeping on the air mattress that my feet are currently sitting on right now behind the laptop. I'm not going to turn around, but I'm sitting on the couch. This is actually like the man cave, like the game room where they're basically playing their video games and whatnot in here. But very nice place, very nice house, very good drive down here. With a couple stops, took about 8 hours, but it's probably about seven and a half, without any stops. So we made pretty good timing, especially for New Year's also, and avoiding the Beltway as well, and DC. But yeah, just got that little introduction. Introduced my newest little gadget, my newest little toy. This really nice, desk thing. Now I can, if I'm watching Raw or something I want to play, like again, games need to use a mouse, I can easily use this. But yeah, I don't want to waste too much of my vacation, but I wanted to come up here and still, at least, catch up with some wrestling. So let's talk about NXT. And overall, I was just watching the highlights, and then I actually saw from the top 10 highlights, some things caught my eye on this episode of NXT. I thought it was a pretty good episode. Especially the second hour, we had a couple really good segments, such as the brawl between Damian Priest and Karrion Kross. I enjoyed the promo with Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor. Very intrigued by that match next week. The main event I thought was also a really good match between Johnny Gargano and Leon Ruff as well. Definitely seeing more and more potential in Leon Ruff for sure. Again, I know, like I said before, whenever they had, I'll say it like this. I don't want to keep repeating myself because I don't want to waste too much time up here. But anyways, let's talk about this show. We got JR. Sorry, he got sick. And no worries, man. And of course, he got sick with the virus again. Prayers for you as well, my friend. I'm hoping you're feeling better. And and you definitely recover well from it for sure. Offer my thoughts and prayers for you as well, my friend. But again, let's just breeze through this, talk about this episode, and then we'll go from there. So the show opened up again, was discourse again from the Capitol Wrestling Center. We opened up with a match between Bronson Reed and Isaiah Swerve Scott. That's looking more and more like might have to pull the trigger on that turn alert that they're making Isaiah Swerve Scott heel. Why? I still don't know why, because NXT is making everyone heels. Well, that was in 2020. 2021, we can change that maybe. We'll see. So weird. It's 2021 already. I'll be 28 this year. Shoot. Don't rush it yet, guys. Don't be that old. Anyways, but Bronson Reed defeated Isaiah Swerve Scott to open up the show, and then we have General Manager William Regal here to hand out the awards. Begin the NXT Takeover End of the Year awards, and it looks like the first one that they had handed out was the Breakout Star of the Year award, and it looks like the candidates were Pat McAfee, good candidate, Damian Priest, who I would have picked probably, Shotzi Blackheart, Cameron Grimes, yeehaw, to the moon! The host of NXT New Year's Evil next week, Dexter Lumis, Timothy Thatcher, Raquel Gonzalez, Santos Escobar, and Ilya Dragunov from NXT UK, of course. Good candidates. I personally would have picked Damian Priest, honestly. I thought he just had the most success out of all of them. You could have given Pat McAfee a good argument, but he only had 2 matches. The rest of them, were good choices, especially, I would say, Thatcher also. I've liked the most out of most of those. And Santos Escobar has done great as Cruiserweight champion so far. Could be better, but he's still done good. And of course, Dragunov, but of course, NXT UK got the short end of the stick this year, being away for 6 months because of the pandemic. But, definitely give him some love there. The others, not too bad. The winner, though, was Shotzi Blackheart, which surprised me, but not quite. Again, I'm on the Shotzi Blackheart bandwagon. I do definitely think, she's fun and whatnot. I still think she is just a slight bit overpushed, but, I'm fine with her winning the Breakout Star Award. Yeah, I still personally would give it to Damian Priest. That's who I would have given it to. It is what it is, and Shotzi Blackheart won the Breakout Star of the Year award. She's interviewed, and she's actually in a yard somewhere next to a fire, rocking a Stephen King Rules shirt, talking about how her dad taught her to kick ass, and she thinks she's made him proud this year. She rolls into New Year's to TCB. And then we see Leon Ruff and Jake Atlas arriving earlier. Then we see Johnny Gargano coming in with The Way, but they see a black cat at the end of the hallway. And of course, Johnny freaks out because the whole story of the night was getting ready for Johnny's NXT North American Championship matches. The curse, how Johnny Gargano cannot defend a championship and loses on the first attempt, which is true, but we're playing up that storyline with a heel, and of course throughout the night it got kind of wonky. Like, you can't do things like, a black cat obviously is a part of a curse. A broken mirror, saying the C word, and Johnny throwing the Gargano whey protein at a broken mirror. Broken mirror, I'm underneath the ladder. They did all those stupid little teases and whatnot. Little hokey. The match we got to though at the end was good, but a little hokey built there. But that's that. Grizzled Young Veterans then defeated Breezango for a nice win there. And then we have Everrise, though, demanding a piece of the winners. Again, why are they both acting like heels here? This is weird, but obviously they have big plans for Grizzled Young Veterans, as they should. But the stuff with them and Everrise, it's still a lot there. So we have that. Regal was back with the Tag Team of the Year award. To be honest, it was pretty obvious that it was going to be Undisputed Era, and it was Undisputed Era. The other choices were Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, which, okay, they won the tag titles. Didn't do too much else, though. Breezango, not bad. Had a brief run of the tag titles, but once again, didn't do a heck of a lot either. Imperium won the tag titles, also, but there was no story behind them. Gallus was just tag champions, didn't do much, and Legado del Fantasma, again, Santos Escobar, I would definitely consider for like breakout star, but Legado del Fantasma, just Mendoza, and Wild, they still need work. So Undisputed Era won that, which is obvious. Who else is going to win it? So they won it, and then the four of them are backstage. O'Reilly points out it's the third year for them, and then Cole announces they'll be in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. The era will be represented by Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Okay, well, it's not going to be Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish, who've been doing more of like the tag team work for them lately. I think Bobby Fish is out with injury, but cool. It's 5e. We also got a random segment, a quick segment again with Xia Li and Boa. Look like they have graduated. They're wearing white, and the Mystery Man puts a mark on their head, and the Mystery Woman opens the curtain, and all four walk into the light. Lee and Boa debut with their new gimmick apparently next week. Okay, something that's weird, whatever. Mercedes Martinez then squashes Valentina Perez with the victory for her. She's back in NXT. Then it's time for the Women's Competitor of the Year. So the choices for this one were, if I can find it, Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Kaylee Ray, and Tegan Nox. All good candidates. Tegan Nox, obviously, developed more this year. She feuded with Dakota Kai at the beginning of the year. She was starting to feud with Candice LeRae before she, for the third time, sadly, tore her ACL. But she'll be back sometime this year, hopefully. Kaylee Ray did what she could while NXT UK was around. Dakota Kai, I thought, really thrived and improved this year in her role as a heel. Here in my mouth. I'm surprised. Who is it now? What was I about to say? Someone else I'm surprised not on this list. Oh, I don't remember. Candice LeRae, good year for her as well. Turned heel. She I felt still should be NXT Women's Champion right now, but didn't happen. But she had a good year. And of course, then there's Rhea Ripley, who would have been the second best pick, came into the year as NXT Women's Champion, had a match at WrestleMania. Unfortunately, she lost to Charlotte Flair, and then regained the title. I still don't get that, because especially whenever she was literally like being booked as like, a unique next big thing, basically. If she loses the title and then she gets in a feud with Robert Stone, that stupid jazz. There was all that, and now she's in a feud with Raquel Gonzalez. We'll talk about that in a little bit. The winner, though, was Io Shirai, as definitely she should have been Women's Competitor of the Year for sure. So, she was NXT Women's Champion. She's had a bunch of great matches this year against most of the women. Oh yeah, Mia Yim, I'm surprised, was not on the list also. She was a good candidate also. But, of course, probably couldn't be mentioned because she's not Mia Yim anymore. She's reckoning on the main roster. But yeah, so I definitely put over that match as pretty awesome. I mean, I'm sorry, put that as a good choice there for Women's Competitor of the Year. Io thanks us and says the division is so talented, it's an honor to be selected as the best of the best. For sure, definitely, as I continue to say, I think the women's division is the strongest point of NXT right now. We do Male Competitor of the Year next, and those choices for Male Competitor of the Year is, if I can find it, Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa, and Walter. All good candidates. Walter, again, was limited with NXT UK. Tommaso Ciampa had a good storyline with Adam Cole, good feud with Johnny Gargano to fit to wrap up their feud. with the one final beat match. He had a squash match against Karrion Kross, and he was also in that Fatal 4-Way Iron Man match he was in, and he's feuding with Timothy Thatcher right now. Keith Lee, if Keith Lee would have stayed in NXT, this probably would have been for him. That probably would have been, that's right. Karrion Kross was not on any of these lists. I'm surprised. Not even breakout star. Keith Lee, I still think if he would have stayed in NXT, he would have won this. Especially when you have a moment of the year with winning, both the NXT and North American titles. Johnny Gargano, I wouldn't give it to him this year. Like I said, I haven't been. We all know I have not been 100% pleased with how they booked him as a heel, so I wouldn't have given it to him. Finn Balor, I definitely would consider him for sure a good candidate. He's done very well with the stuff he was given to do. The winner ended up being Adam Cole, the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. His reign ended in July at Great American Bash when he dropped it to Keith Lee. So Real hands in the plaque, and he says he promised he'd win it again last year, and he did. But he owes it to his brothers, and when Kyle wins the title next week, he'll be even happier than he is tonight. Which I'm like, that still is not consistent for me. Again, I'm not sure how long Adam Cole's going to be playing, second fiddle to Kyle O'Reilly. And then we have another good match with Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. They always put on great matches. Pete Dunne wins with the bitter end. And then we have match of the year then announced. So the candidates for this, Matt, this was the Fatal 4-Way Iron Man match between Balor, Ciampa, Cole, and Gargano at Super Tuesday. We have Cole and Balor for the NXT title Super Tuesday the following week. That match is good. Was his match of the year candidate. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, one final beat, definitely. Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly, the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver 31. Keith Lee and Adam Cole at Great American Bash, yes. Ladder match for the North American title at TakeOver 30. Oh yes, that was a great match. Io versus Candice, tables, ladders, and scares, women's title match at Halloween Havoc. Yeah. Walter and Ilya Dragunov for the NXT UK title. Oh yes. NXT UK does not give enough credit. That one should have been a winner, I thought. That, or there's another match, of course, that actually was not on this list that I will mention. The men's War Games match is fine. Women's, there's some storyline plot holes in it, but it was still a good match. The triple threat for the women's title TakeOver in your house, not bad. The ladder match at TakeOver Blackpool 2, with Gallus, Imperium, Grizzled Veterans, and the South Wales Subculture, nah. Tyler Bate and Jordan Devlin was a good match. I remember that TakeOver Blackpool 2. Bronson Reed versus Roderick Strong versus Johnny Gargano, nah. And Matt Riddle versus Timothy Thatcher in the fight pit. That was good. There was one match on this list that was not mentioned. That was definitely a match of your contender. They probably can't mention because his name's T-Bar now, not Dominic Dijakovic. But definitely Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic at TakeOver Portland. That for crying out loud. That was a classic. That was a match of your candidate. And I'll also give a rub to Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa also at TakeOver Portland. The winner ended up, from that list, I would have gone with Dragunov and Walter. That was amazing. But it went with O'Reilly and Balor for the title at TakeOver 31. Good match, but I wouldn't say it was match of the year, but it was still an excellent match. So that one match of the year again. I would have definitely though went with Walter and Dragunov though. Finn takes both plaques, saying he'll give Kyle his. On his way to the ring, he passes Dunn, who says he wants a shot, but Balor tells him everyone wants a piece of the champ, and to get in line. We also have hype for then the Thatcher and Ciampa fight pit match for next week. Then we have this promo with Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor. So first, Finn Balor comes out and says O'Reilly surprised people that night, but not him. Kyle deserves the praise he's getting, so he should come. And then Kyle comes out to the ring, and the Prince directs O'Reilly to pick the plaque up in the corner, and Finn says he doesn't need it. He has 3 steel plates in his face to remind him of that. And Kyle says, I need it because it was proof that I belong to the top of NXT. But he puts it down because he's not going to carry it around. He claims it's a participation award because he's been participating for 15 years. And he respects Finn, but next week he's taking home the belt because that says it's all been worth it. And yeah, he's worth it. And Balor's like, fine, but next week he's gonna pay O'Reilly back for breaking his jaw by dragging him all around the ring. Just a very passionate promo again about O'Reilly has had his moments to shine in NXT and of course outside of NXT in ROH as a single star, but again I still think they're continuing to build O'Reilly up as the next big baby face in NXT. That's I think what they're still doing here. And at some point this year in 2021, we're going to get Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. I don't know when it's going to be. Well, with that promo being said in the storytelling, here's the thing. I'm not going to doubt NXT on this one. I'm not going to be disappointed. But I am going to say, I'm going to throw a curveball here, and I think Kyle O'Reilly is going to win that championship next week. I think Kyle O'Reilly is going to win the NXT championship at New Year's Evil. I don't think they're doing this rematch again just for the fun of it. I kind of doubted they would put both belts when they did Keith Lee versus Adam Cole title for title last summer at Great American Bash. But I doubted it, and look what they did. They put both titles on both Lee and both titles on Lee. So I'm going to keep that option open and say it is very possible we may see Kyle O'Reilly win the NXT Championship, but he'll probably drop it back to Karrion Kross. Speaking of Mr. Kross, we have him come out with Scarlett, and he said they don't care who wins because the belt belongs to him and Doomsday is here. Tick-tock. Then the camera pans back, and Damian Priest is standing behind Kross, and he says, "This is how you step like a man." And they start to brawl, and they have this really sick brawl down the ramp, crashing through plexiglass, and they brawl backstage through the technical equipment, and knocking over so much equipment, even knocking over like the curtains and whatnot. Ending with both of them crashing through the table with a flatliner. But then, of course, Scarlett Johansson she saw, but that was awesome. If we weren't getting a last woman standing match, I would want to see one there. But since we're already getting a last man standing match, I think those two should go out and do like a street fight, or falls count anywhere. Because that brawl was awesome. That was an awesome, big man brawl. I mean, not the biggest man, but, 6'3", 6'5", Those two they're around really good chemistry, have an awesome match next week at New Year's Evil. And I'm actually really excited about it. So, yes. So, I enjoyed that brawl very much, and I look forward to see what they do next week. We have a video package. We have this video package hyped up the match for Last Woman Standing next week between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez. And they used this history that they were real life friends, which seems like what they were according to the photos. Obviously, also they showed some pictures of before Rhea really found herself in that second Mae Young Classic, how they tagged a lot in a lot of NXT house shows, and apparently they're very inseparable, and how at the time it was a two that they both of them really, took each other into each other's wing when they first came to WWE. But then she's like, but then Raquel got jealous of me and started betraying me. And Raquel hints that maybe she was never a friend and she was just using her the whole time. All that blah blah blah. I don't know. Again, this was really well put together. The package itself. My thing though is, did it feel too late, kind of making that part of the story? You know what I mean? Like, this feud's been going on since Halloween Havoc. They had a pretty good match at Halloween Havoc, but I don't know. It's like, it feels like it was too late to add this kind of, aspect to it. The overdone thing of like, oh, they were once friends, now they're bitter rivals. It was just like, this feud was never really about that. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it just looked like, one big woman trying to, get over by using over against one of the other biggest women on the roster. I don't know, this whole oh, we used to be friends stuff. It's like, I buy into it because I'm pretty sure it was true in real life, but like I said, it just felt like it was too late to add that to the story. I just, it felt late. Like I said, that was a problem I had there, but still a very well put together video package. We'll see what they can do next week. Let me see here. We got a live chat. We have Happy New Year from Tyler. Thank you. He's just waiting for All Legends night. Do you respond to the theme supposed to be showing up to the Fiend was attacking Hulk Hogan? I'll be fine with that, but obviously Legends night, so just nostalgia. Add the kiss up for a bunch of ratings. As I'm saying, we got Jared J. D. Girolamo. Love my reports. Thank you. Last week on all Alexa said is that beans like cookies. So what? I don't know what you mean by that. Lee and Cole was one of his favorite matches of 2020, up there with Brody Lee, Cody the Dog Collar match, AJ Taker and Mania. Those are his top 3 for 2020. Nice. And goodbye 2020 for sure. Let's keep rolling. But then we have Legado del Fantasma comes out and says, and Escobar says to take a step back and see where they are, all they've accomplished. Undisputed Era can win Tag Team of the Year, but it's a shame. He's not here for popularity contests. Then Regal is out looking for challengers for them, but there is no one who can match up with them. And out comes the Lucha House Party. And Dorado says that Escobar is bugging if he thinks Lucha Libre belongs to him. Him and Grand Metalik say Lucha Libre belongs to the world. Mendoza talks in Spanish and says they charge the ring and clear out the heels, and Escobar thinks about sneaking up on them but bails when they see him. And then we have a tag match with Lucha House Party and Legado del Fantasma. Lucha House Party wins, and Grand Metalik wants a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship next week. Could be a good match. Random though, you had them show up on NXT. Well, it fits the whole idea that who's a better, team that represents Lucha Libre, I guess. So why not? So that should be a good match next week. We have Future Star of the Year then for the where is it at? We have Future Star of the Year, which is where A-Kid, Aofi Valkyrie of NXT UK, Austin Theory, Indy Hartwell, Jake Atlas, Casey Catanzaro, Caden Carter, Leon Ruff, Pretty Deadly, the tag team of NXT UK, and Xia Li. And the winner was Austin Theory, of course. Like that choice. Gargano and Candice tell him to share it with Indy as they're both future stars, but Theory says he's been saying he's the future, all that, and blah blah blah, all that jazz. And then the other awards that were announced before we get to the main event, I believe we did Breakout Star, we did Female Competitor, Male Match of the Year, Tag Match of the Year, Event of the Year. The winner was Takeover War Games. I disagree. I would have gone with Takeover Portland. That was definitely the best, and to my opinion, one of the best takeovers of all time. So I would have gone Takeover Portland. And then the overall competitor of the year, the winner of that was Io Shirai. And obviously, 2019 was Adam Cole's year. 2020, again, there wasn't really anybody that stood out that big, but out of the better ones, it was definitely Io. And there was Rivalry of the year also. It was McAfee and Cole who won that. There wasn't really too many good choices for Rivalry of the year. They had Io and Candice, which is whatever. Priest and Gargano, meh. Loomis and Grimes, no. Shotzi Blackheart and Robert Stone, hell no. Ripley and Gonzalez, meh. Walter and Dragunov needed more time, and then Kaylee Ray and Piper Niven. Again, none of these. There was nothing really any big standout stories. So Cole and McAfee was the better out of the choices. So those are all those awards, and then the main event was Gargano and Ruff. A pretty good match. Again, I liked how, of course, Johnny didn't act like a coward throughout this match. He didn't look weak. He looked pretty good, I thought, in this match. Leon Ruff had some great spots. He crawled was jumping off things like Spider-Man, whatever. That was a pretty cool spot. He had a spot where he hit a flatliner on Gargano on the floor, which was nice. And we also had what was it called again? The ending was a nice spot too, where it looked like Johnny had Leon up and on his shoulders up on the turnbuckle, and it looked like that he was about to hit like a Hurricanrana or like a Canadian Destroyer or something like that on him, but instead Johnny just pushed him up in the air. Ruff fell face forward into the turnbuckle post, and then the one final beat was hit on Ruff for Gargano to retain the championship. Afterwards, The Way celebrates, and then the card was ran down for New Year's Evil for next week. Which next week, since AEW is going to be doing 2 nights of New Year's Smash, I think they're calling it, I'm gonna just wait until the following Wednesday to review both nights of New Year's Smash. So this week I'll just do NXT New Year's Evil, and the following week I'll review both nights of New Year's Smash, which actually, of course, night 1 was supposed to be this week, but instead it was a tribute show to Mr. Brody Lee. Rest in peace, my friend. So yeah, I ended up being up here longer than I expected. Again, I probably should go out there and have something to do with my family, but they were taking care of some other things, so I did my business back here. But I give NXT a B for this week. Again, there was some really good stuff. Some stuff I was like, nah, but there was some good stuff, especially stuff with the main event. I love the promo with O'Reilly and Balor, the brawl between Damian Priest and Karrion Kross. And New Year's Evil should be a good show next week. I'm looking forward to it. And of course, I will treat it like a pay-per-view review next week as well. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Check the live chat before we go. Are you drinking tonight, Mike, since it's happening 2021? Nah, I'm not drinking. I had a beer last night, but I'm not really a big alcohol drinker, guys. But yeah, so again, I will try to review SmackDown either tonight or sometime tomorrow. Again, I'm still down here in Virginia for the rest of the weekend. I'm going to be going home on Sunday. Maybe the light will be on tonight. I love this light for this little desk thing. Again, if you didn't see it before you came in, this is the last Christmas present I got that I'm currently. Geez, both times I've clicked to go to the photo of my new desktop, my laptop desk thing for my lap, portable thing. I've found my thing, but yeah, this is the last Christmas present I got, which I'm currently using right now. But like I said, the light don't really need it right now, but I still bright it up for a heck of it. This would be actually pretty good to use. Ooh, that's really bright. If I ever wanted to do some stuff, well, I still have something at home also I can use, but also this would be another good option for it. I had stuff with lights for Christmas this year for me, so which is pretty cool. But But yeah, definitely talked much longer than I expected to on this stream. So I'm going to go now, enjoy the rest of my day down here in Virginia. So guys, I'll be trying to be back up here again either tonight or tomorrow for a SmackDown review, and go from there. So guys, once again, Happy New Year, Happy 2021. What are your thoughts on NXT this week? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManAirBody3. Until guys, I'll see you guys either tonight or tomorrow for my SmackDown review, and then when I get home on Sunday and starting next week, I'm going to be knocking out some more content on this channel, and that's it to come. So with that guys, I'm checking out. I will see you all later. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great start to your 2021, and I'll catch you all later guys. Peace out everybody.
No